On May 21st of last year, a year after the tragic and sudden passing of Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins, the band finally made the most awaited announcement of their career by revealing the identity of their new drummer. Taylor Hawkins' sudden departure in March of last year has left an undeniable void, and in the wake of his passing, fans question if the Foo Fighters will carry on. When the band confirmed that they'll continue making music, it made people wonder who could possibly fill the important role that their late drummer left behind. The band's meticulous selection process has been shrouded in secrecy, fueling endless speculation and rumors, until the confirmation of the band's new drummer. Let's dive into how the Foo Fighters got here and what fans can expect from the band moving forward. The void that Taylor Hawkins left. Last year in March, the world came to a standstill as news spread of the untimely passing of Taylor Hawkins, the esteemed drummer of the Foo Fighters. It was revealed that he had succumbed to cardiac arrest in his hotel room in Colombia, mere hours before the band's scheduled performance at the Estéreo Picnic Festival. The loss of this talented musician left a profound void in the hearts of fans and the music industry. Before starting to tour again, Taylor Hawkins was very open about how nervous he was to tour again. He experienced stage fright and severe anxiety about being on the road so much, especially because he was concerned about his own health. In December 2021, the band was scheduled to fly across the globe at the F1 Abu Dhabi concert. However, their appearance at the concert was canceled after Hawkins collapsed on the plane. One of Taylor's friends said that this was when he said that going on a tour at such a fast pace would kill him. This might have been a foreshadowing of the tragic news. Taylor's body was transported from Colombia back to his family in the United States, where it was later cremated. The tragedy forced the Foo Fighters to cancel the remaining shows on their tour. 6 months after Taylor's death, although the band's future was unsure at that point, they held 2 tribute concerts for their esteemed drummer. The first tribute concert was held at Wembley Stadium in London on September 3rd of 2022. The second one was on the 27th at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. Both shows were attended by a star-studded lineup of musicians, including Lars Ulrich, Travis Barker, Miley Cyrus, and Pink. The concerts were a celebration of Hawkins' life and music. Some of Taylor's favorite songs were played, and the musicians told stories about their time with him. The concerts were a moving tribute to a beloved musician, and they helped to bring closure to his fans and friends. A significant moment of the concert was when Taylor's 16-year-old son, Shane, joined the Foo Fighters to drum on stage during My Hero. He beat the drums with the force of 2 drummers, his father no doubt playing along with him in spirit. But here we are. After the tribute concerts, fans felt a new appreciation for the band, but were left unsure about what would happen next. The Foo Fighters haven't really opened up about moving forward with the band after this tragedy, but they surprised fans when they started the year with a major announcement. On New Year's Day, the band took to Twitter to bring some important news, offering a glimpse into their future. They started by saying, "As we say goodbye to the most difficult and tragic year our band's ever known, we're reminded of how thankful we are for the people that we love and cherish the most, and for the loved ones who are no longer with us." The band continued to talk about how for over 2 decades that they have been a band. Their fans have built a community and support system that helped them get through all kinds of dark times together. They finally broke the most important news by saying, "Without Taylor, we never would have become the band that we were. And without Taylor, we know that we're going to be a different band going forward." They ended their statement with, "We also know that you, the fans, meant as much to Taylor as he meant to you. And we know that when we see you again, and we will soon, he'll be there in spirit with us every night." The Foo Fighters statement gave a silver lining to their fans as they announced that they'd continue to make music. The band said they'd focus on honoring Taylor's memory and continue making music he'd be proud of. Lots of fans were emotional about the news, but were also grateful for the band's continued dedication to music. On April 19th of this year, the band announced that they were set to release their first album since Taylor's passing. The album, titled But Here We Are, will come out on June 2nd. According to the band, the album is a brutally honest and emotionally raw response to everything the Foo Fighters endured over the last year. The band's press release states that But Here We Are is a testament to the healing powers of music, friendship, and family. Courageous, damaged, and unflinchingly authentic, But Here We Are opens with the newly released lead single Rescued, the first 10 songs that run the emotional gamut from rage to sorrow to serenity and acceptance, and myriad points in between. Upon announcing that they'd release the new album, the band kept quiet about who their new drummer would be. Although there's been speculations that Dave would play the drums, a listen to the first single proves otherwise. Media outlets and fans all tried to guess who'd be filling Taylor's big shoes. Some of the names that came up are Jorma Vick from Eagles of Death Metal, Joey Castillo from Queens of the Stone Age, and Rufus Tiger Taylor from The Darkness. However, all these rumors have been dispelled by one source or another. The Foo Fighters, on the other hand, have kept mum about the topic. On May 21st this year, the band revealed their new drummer through a live stream event. The video started with the 5 members of the band: Dave Grohl, Nate Mendel, Pat Smear, Chris Shiflett, and Rami Jaffe talking in a practice room. They started to tease the new drummer by having famous drummers like Red Hot Chili Peppers' Chad Smith, Motley Crue's Tommy Lee, and Tool's Danny Carey suddenly show up in the room, but they were just passing through. The skit ended with renowned session percussionist Josh Freese behind the drum kit, asking the band if they could play a solo or two. Josh Freese. As the Foo Fighters confirmed Josh Freese as their new touring drummer, many say they're not surprised and that the band's chosen someone who fits. But for the uninitiated, who is Josh Freese? For starters, Freese's musical career spans over 3 decades. He's a session drummer known for working with bands like Paramore, Guns N' Roses, and 9 Inch Nails. His career as a drummer started in Disneyland when he was only 12. With his parents, who were both musicians, it wasn't hard for him to develop a love for music and get into the industry. At 16, Josh left school to tour and make records with Dweezil Zappa and the Vandals. Aside from being a renowned drummer, Josh has also co-written songs with Queens of the Stone Age and Guns N' Roses. The drummer also played on the soundtrack for The Polar Express and Batman vs. Superman alongside Hans Zimmer, one of the world's most famous music composers. It's easy to say that music is life for Josh. He spent his whole life perfecting the craft, which makes him as passionate about it as the rest of the Foo Fighters. Many say that Taylor Hawkins would definitely give 2 thumbs up for the band's choice. Last year, Josh played with the Foo Fighters for the first time during the band's tribute concert for Taylor Hawkins. He used the late musician's drum set. In an Instagram post, Josh explained, "I was asked what drums I'd like to use. Without hesitation, I said, Taylor's drums need to be up there, and I want to play on his exact setup." Josh is a longtime friend of Dave, so it was a no-brainer to include him in the concert. According to Josh, he and Taylor grew up in the same area of Orange County in California. Although they never really became as close as he was with Dave, they bonded over feeling like the only 2 guys from Orange County. First tour without Taylor. In May of 2023, the Foo Fighters launched their first tour with their new drummer Josh Freese at the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion. The 21-song set in New Hampshire included live debuts of songs from But Here We Are. These songs were Rescued, Under You, and Nothing at All. During their first show without Taylor Hawkins, Dave introduced Josh to the Foo Fighters family. He told the crowd, "The man behind the drums, Josh Freese, has helped save the day here. We wouldn't be here tonight if it weren't for Josh." Following Josh's introduction, the show took an emotional turn as Dave performed Cold Day in the Sun solo and acoustic. "Taylor wrote this song. We used to sing it together, so I'm going to do it for him tonight," Dave said before launching into a heartfelt rendition of the song that Taylor would usually sing at live shows. The Foo Fighters have always been a band about family. They're a group of friends who've been through a lot together and supported each other through thick and thin. The loss of Taylor Hawkins will forever leave a void in the hearts of the band and their fans. However, his legacy will undoubtedly continue to live on through the band's music. Adding Josh Freese is a sign that the band's not giving up. They're determined to continue making music and are confident they can do it with Freese on board. They've inspired and entertained millions of people around the world, and they're just now entering a new chapter of their journey as a band.